So this is for my spiritual babes, right? If that's not your thing, you might as well just keep scrolling, Bookie. This ain't even for you. Don't even ruin your day. Don't do it to yourself. But whether you have like a spiritual gift, like you're claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairsentient. I know there's another clair that I'm missing. Or you use deviation, or you use spiritual tools or non-religious spiritual practices. Embrace your gifts, right? A lot of times we suppress our gifts. We don't tap into our gifts. We don't have a name for our gifts. And so we get so nervous about using them. Like I ain't gonna say just tapped in, but like, I tapped in probably about 3-4 years ago, right? Where I've actually been able to see my gifts come into fruition, right? Knowing that as you tap into your gifts, that doesn't mean that you're not connected to God, right? Me and Jesus like this, okay? The Lord is my Savior. There is no doubt about that, right? And I also have ancestors I can tap into. I also have a spirit team I can tap into. I also can tap into my higher self, which is in the spiritual realm, right? That we can't be scared of our gifts, right? Because our gifts are the gifts that were given to us to utilize and to navigate this world and to help heal this world. I used to be terrified that when I was younger, I could see auras. I didn't even know what that was when I was younger. Where it's aura is where you can see the color around a person, right? Or you see different colors, right? And I didn't notice that until I started to study chakras, and now I'm like, oh, I see the aura, right? Or I could pick up on certain people's energy or read certain energy. It's nerve-wracking when we know how to do that, right? Or we feel like it's witchcraft. And let me just say this, and I know it's gonna make y'all mad. If an angel was to come down right now in the physical body, baby, like an angel straight, like God was like, hey, come, I want you to help the people, y'all would consider her a witch, right? Unless they put prophet or prophetess behind the name, right? But this ain't even that type of video. But I'm just saying, the spiritual gifts that we have sometimes can be misused with witchcraft or witches and so on and so forth, right? And don't get me wrong, are people that practice all that stuff? Absolutely. I'm talking about dark magic, black magic, all that stuff, right? Devil worshippers. Like there are those people, right? This is not that video. If an angel was to come down and do any of the stuff that they did in the Bible, baby, y'all would have that person canceled so quick. If Jesus was to come down and do some miracles, baby, y'all have him in a psychiatric hospital in California. We have to be able to embrace these gifts. You can't see these gifts as something we have to be fearful of, right? Our gifts help us to, like I said, heal the world, be able to tap into the things that we can't see, because we fight not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities, right? There are things in the spiritual realm. And so if we're not tapping into our gifts, then we start to miss those realms, right? Or if we only feel God or we feel Jesus when we're at church, then the other 6 days of the week, 6.5 days of the week, because you wasn't in there the whole day, hopefully not, 6.5 days, you are now not tapped in. You are now missing the word, right? And we can use, obviously, like the Bible as a manual, a tool, right? There's also other spiritual tools that we could utilize without it being seen as witchcraft, right? And so, like I said, this video is not for everybody, because some people naturally, that's just how you was raised, that's just what you were brought up with, right? Or the things that you see. This is more for people who have those gifts, who either have not fully tapped into them or are scared to tap into them, because man, has my life changed since I've been able to tap into those gifts. Oh my God. You see, look, I hear you. My life has literally turned upside down since I've been able to tap into my gifts. And it's such a beautiful experience. So if you have those gifts, don't be scared to tap into them. Don't be scared to give it to those gifts. It's a beautiful thing for God to be able to speak to you, right? You don't got to be a prophet or a prophetess for God to speak to you, right? For God to speak to you in your dreams, for you to have visions, for you to be able to pick up on energy, read energy. You just got to be tapped in, right? And the spiritual realm is like just right there, right? You just got to come from your physical body into your spiritual body. It's just right. It's literally like right there, right? So anybody can be able to have spiritual gifts. It's just if you're going to actually tap into them or not. And I'm done.